Hi, my name is Avery, and I'll be doing a book review on Night by Elie Wiesel. In this book, Elie, the main character, he is a German Jew, and during the time of the Holocaust, and when the Nazis start showing up in his town, none of the Jews really seem concerned. They don't think anything is going to happen to them. And then they get put in the ghettos and they start worrying a little bit, but they still think they're okay. They think it's for their own protection. And then they start getting deported to other places by cattle car. And he is one of the last people to leave. And on the train ride to the concentration camp, there's a woman in their car, and she keeps shouting about seeing fire, and keeps saying that the smoke is suffocating, and keeps yelling about the fire, and they gag her and beat her and get her to stop. But she keeps doing it. And then once they get close in sight range of the concentration camp, they see the smoke, and they know that there's fire there. And now what she's saying finally makes sense. Oprah Winfrey, when she did the show on the book, referred to her as a prophet. When they arrived at the camp, they arrived at Auschwitz concentration camp. The women were sent to the left, the men to the right. The women and children were killed immediately, his mother and his sisters included. Him and his father went to the right. When they passed in front of the doctor, he asked them their age and their occupation. He lied about his age, him and his father, because an inmate told them to. They didn't understand why at the time, but then they did. He said that he was 18 when he was really only 15. His father said he was 40 when he was 50. He said he was a farmer. They got sent to the right and it looked like they were going to be killed. But then, at the last second, they were turned away from the fire pits into the barracks, where they then got haircuts and clothes, and then they went to the dentist and got their teeth checked. Anyone with gold crowns got them removed. Elie himself included, except he faked sickness so he didn't have to have his taken. He later sold it to help his father. His time in the concentration camp is very brutal. When they get transported to another concentration camp because they're evacuating the camp because the Russians were close in the war to the camp. When they had a 2-day journey in the freezing weather with snow, many of the people died. When they arrived at the new camp, his father became ill. He could not move and kept asking his son to do things for him. He kept giving his food to him. All the other inmates were telling him, "You fool, your father should be giving you his rations." His father later died, despite Elie's attempts to get him help. When his father died, he did not feel sad. He felt like a burden had been lifted from his shoulders. That's what the concentration camp has done to him. Death did not matter in the camp because they were all dead already. At the end of the book, when the Americans freed the camp and he finally looked in a mirror, he looked like a walking corpse, and he did not understand why he was still